So while I wait for the front fender tubs and dynamat and carpet for the rear, I'm going to go ahead and get this air system figured out. Got the front lines up there with T's on it running to the front air gauges. Got my rear lines running to the back, and then got my tank gauge up here running to the back. I'd rather have a pod, but I don't believe they make a pod for your dash pillar for these, so it sits there in the console. It's not a bad looking interior at all. I like it. Doesn't match the orange whatsoever, but hey, we're cool. Alright, so now that we got my buddy's truck ready for camp and drag, I'm not going, so there was no big rush on mine, but still gonna get back at it. Went ahead and yanked that air system out, do all the wiring. We'll make it easy disconnect, and when it is time to pull it out, I'm good to go. Went ahead and pulled it back off. Ooh, now that we're focused. Ooh. Gonna try to make some pretty art piece out of this spaghetti strings. So I know I went against everybody's opinions on butt connectors, but at least I didn't use the needle nose pliers and a hammer trying to fasten them all down. I've got them on there, but that's what I've got to work with. Buddy's got a solder gun and not really in the mood to solder all these fittings. So here's a start on it, getting everything run, figuring out what wire colors are what. Make it easy to where it's just quick plug and play. Okay, be easy on me. I know I use butt connectors instead of solder, but I just ain't got time for all that. Plus I couldn't get the solder gun. I don't like using the cheap ones. They take so long, drive me insane. So I went ahead, made it as clean as I could for what I was working with. Got everything gathered up. It's a little bit of a mess, but I'm the only one that has to deal with it, and I'm the only one that has to see it. So if people don't like it, sorry about that. Do one yourself and love it. Everything's going to be quick connected on the back to where, like I said, I can just take off some tape, pull the connections. Everything's color coded, the matching colors of the switch box. So it'll be pretty simple. Unplug and plug back in. Not sitting there tracking wires down all day. Drives me nuts. So that's it. Wait till it focuses in a little better. Mount her back up under the truck. Run the switch box wires next. So since I'm kind of a cheap ass, don't really try to spend too much money on things I don't need, I went ahead and tried to make this factory battery box. I'm going to relocate it to the back of the truck. Gonna try to use everything. I went ahead and put my relays inside the box where there's clearance with the battery in it. Went ahead and drilled a spot out over here on the side. Use my handy dandy zip ties. Got one in there to hold it. The relays didn't have any mounting holes on them, so just went that way with them. I'm going to try to get everything run through it and ready just to mount up and bolt down to the back of the cab here. think it looks alright. Battery fits in there just fine. Relays are back out of the way. You can run all the wires down into the floor to the compressors and pressure switch. I'm alright with that. One day I'd like to get me an Optima with one of them fancy billet holders, but that's what, $350 away, counting the battery and the holder. I'm not gonna spend that money right now. That'll be a future upgrade. Alright, well, here's a kind of a rough finished product. Relays, like earlier, sit in there. Gonna run the ground straight up to the battery. Went ahead and put my distribution block over here on this side so all my powers can run to it. Fits up there pretty good. Good. Rough fit. Everything's right there. Easy to access. All that's really going to be back here is the fuel cell. I'll go ahead and drill through the bottom, put some grommets in, run my powers to the comps, run my pressure switch wire, then run my main power lug all the way from the front down the frame back up here. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the wire ordered tomorrow, and once that comes in, I'll finish her up. We got hail. Blowing stuff all over the place. Alright, well, it's a little bit cooler of a night, but still got the fan running. Enjoy it. Here's what it looks like with the battery in it. Haven't ran the lines to the pressure switch or the comps yet, or hooked up any of my other ones, but that's kind of how it sits. Not bad. It's gonna get thrown away anyway, so make something work out of it. Gives me enough room on the sides where I can hide the wires behind it. Maybe even modify the plastics to fit around it. Make a cutout for it, something. Still debating if I even want to use the plastics, but with all that going on, it's going to be a whole lot to get them in there. But pretty happy with the turnout on the battery box. It'll be secure, won't bounce around, and cheap.